Hello everyone, welcome back to Strong Compute 3D Cluster Manager. I'm here today to show you the visual overhaul we've had to the assets in this game and some of the improvements we've made to the gameplay. But right now we're pretty much feature complete and we're focusing on bug fixing, playtesting, and balancing. So if we take a look at the region here, it's very obvious that it looks a lot nicer than previously. Thank you to the artists on our team. It's got that very nice futuristic topographic city map sort of look. Kind of how you'd look at a map and see where a data center is on a map. And speaking of data centers, these clusters very much look like data centers now, with those structural support pylons on the side that make it look like a proper concrete building. Even up close, you can see the really nice textures and bump maps we've got going on. And the spaces themselves, they look nicer than ever, with that very nice translucent glass sort of appearance. Got multiple colors going on. You could tell that it's kind of ethereal in nature, not necessarily something that exists in reality. Yeah, the assets here just look fantastic. And yeah, so those visual improvements also revealed a bunch of performance issues with the game, since they needed to be able to process all these shaders and stuff to make it look nice. So we have improved the performance by a significant amount, making everything you do in this game a lot snappier. Now, you can see that we've improved how the jobs sort of give feedback on how far into the workload you are, and this is soon going to consider the type of job you're running and the GPUs that it's running on. Speaking of the GPUs, we're importing pretty much one-to-one real-life data on how GPUs like the specs of the GPUs. So you can see up here we're using V100 PCIes, and that comes with the proper specs of VRAM and teraflop speeds at different processing tasks, the amount that they cost at different providers. Data like that is all stuff that we can read from the very nice database table that we have going on. And soon we're going to have the same amount of data for models that you can train and combine that data to figure out how long a job should take. We've also been making some improvements to the gameplay loop itself. So you can see down here, we've split the project into multiple teams. So instead of users, like individual users, you've got teams that are waiting for compute for each of their individual projects. So those projects are going to incrementally improve. And as they improve, their jobs are going to become more demanding. They're going to require more GPUs and probably better GPUs as well. And then as they start new projects and their projects level up, they're going to need a lot more resources. So it's going to go from needing about 32 to 64 GPUs to needing 64 to 128, and then exponentially scaling from there. So the game is going to have plenty to do. We'll slowly increase the amount of resources you can spend. Yeah, you can get more clusters. It's much easier to create spaces and add all the nodes you need to them. It's going to be a lot less incremental and a lot more exponential in the progress. You can see now we're starting to need 40 GPUs each, and those jobs are going to start coming in that are going to require a lot more. So yeah, right now we're in balancing mode. We're giving this to playtesters. Playtesters are telling us what they like, what they dislike, and we're going to spin this, and we're going to go turn around and spin up some improvements to make it a lot more enjoyable experience that everyone can have fun with. So that is this week's update. Thank you very much.